It was indeed an Easter weekend filled with heartache for many in flood-ravaged areas in the country. It's a week since devastating rains lashed large parts of eThekwini Municipality in KwaZulu-Natal, leaving behind a trail of destruction, heartache and despair. Now, more than 70 people lost their lives in the province. Hundreds have been left homeless. Scores of volunteers joining forces with aid and humanitarian organizations are continuing to assist the flood victims. For the latest on the ground, we now speak to Sulosh Pillay, the Vice President of the local arm of the global charity ACT Foundation. ACT, assisted by many local hands, hit the ground running when the call for help went out. Sulosh, thank you very much indeed for your time. Give us your assessment. You've been on the ground working with various aid organizations as well. What's the latest?
Brian, it's really, really bad what's happening on the ground right now. There is so much suffering and there's so much pain going on. But most important, people have lost their very identity. Remember, all the belongings are gone, including their ID. So some of them are feeling really very vulnerable at the moment.
Look, we've heard some tragic stories about loss and heartache. Just give us a sense of what sort of stories are you getting? What are you seeing? Put us in the picture in terms of what people are actually going through now.
It's total devastation for a lot of people. Unfortunately, it's those that don't get interviewed. It's those that do not see, the aid coming in. So it's really inside areas that we've been touching. So people that have not had access to a lot of the aid that is currently going around. Make no mistake, there are a lot of people that are giving a lot of resources for the areas right now.
Yeah, we understand that the death toll has gone up. Do we know whether all the missing have been accounted for in KwaZulu-Natal?
Sadly, the search is still going on for some, Blaine. There's some that have been reported missing and they haven't been found as yet. So the search is still going on.
Yes, so many families have lost almost everything. How are they being assisted? How are you guys assisting?
For us, it's a hands-on approach. ACT Foundation is a global organization and we get funding from our global family as well. So everyone has contributed in some way. So the dire need right now has been for toiletries, for the basic needs, in fact, even toilet paper. So those are the kind of needs that we are taking care of. There are a lot of people that are doing other stuff as well. The givers are on the ground and they hit the ground running. The Nelson Mandela Youth Community Center is on the ground as well with us. So there are various organizations that are doing the best that they can right now.
What about critical services in the area? Have they been reinstated?
Not at all, not most of them as yet, but we do have medical personnel on site that are actually giving emergency help to some people.
Where's the most affected areas?
In my assessment, I haven't been to all of them, Blaine, but really the Bottle Brush area and the Westcliff area. But we did get a call on Friday to ask to come to an area called Billets, where a lot of families have been affected and apparently, none of the aid has gone there. So we're going with the Bikers Club and we're going to take some toiletries and the essentials. But I think the need there is for about 150 school kids or learners that need stationery really desperately right now.
Are the children going to school currently?
Not many of them. The schools have reopened from today, but a lot of them haven't gone as yet because they don't have uniforms. They don't have
Maraike, can you hear me?
Sulosh, just give us a sense of, look, if one has to want to help in any way, and you spoke about the basic necessities such as toilet paper, how can somebody who wants to help assist the displaced?
There are various organizations that are collecting them, but the best that anyone can do if they are in the area is go out there and give that human touch. I think it's what they appreciate so much that we have come on the ground and we are speaking to them. We can touch them, we can feel them. They feel that human compassion, that humanness about it. So I think if they can go there, please go and donate them there. There are various outlets. Gift of the Givers are one of them. They can give it too, but I know a lot. Other organizations like the SABC itself, I have got collection points that you can go and drop off those needs. But the Nelson Mandela Community Youth Center, which is in Chatsworth, also are collecting, a lot on behalf of the community.
I'm not sure if you heard with regards to the health situation. Look, we're talking about children, we're talking about the elderly, those who are on chronic medication. Have they been affected in that regard?
Lots of them have. The shock to the system. And I think we will see the actual, what's coming off right now. because it's already about 4 or 5 days gone already. And, now the effect is taking effect on people itself. They're now realizing that we actually have nothing. And a lot of people that are illegal there, the irony is they're here, they're in our country. We need to give them the aid. We need to help them as well. But documentation is a bit of a problem. And some of them, because of the traditional and, they have to do like the funeral within a day. But they couldn't do that simply because they don't have documentation to do it. And I think those are the need that is, needed so desperately from the department itself, because we as lay people, we cannot do that for them, unfortunately. Yes, there have been politicians that have come on the ground, and it'll be sad to say they didn't do anything. They do. It's just that, unfortunately, their wheels turn a little slower than the people that are on the ground, because they got a lot of red tape that they need to go through, which we can cut through in most instances.
I just want to get one more question in there before we leave you, Sulosh. With regards to what people are actually feeling, are they hopeful?
They are very hopeful. There are some that are desperate, but we try as much as we can there. A house can't be built in a day, Blaine. And, that's some of the expectations, communities as they are. It's some of the expectations coming out from them. So the thing will take a while, but I think if we go as human, one to the other, and speak to them and give them that courage, they're going to have that will to hold on a little bit more. Yeah. So they need that kind of thing. They need the human contact. They need people to go and reassure them that things are going to be okay. Sulosh, it'll take some time, but they will.
Sulosh, let's leave it there. Sulosh Pillay is the Vice President of ACT Foundation South Africa. Thank you very much indeed. You guys are doing a tremendous job. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us today. Well, the Nelson Mandela Foundation and AfriForum are coming head-to-head at the Equality Court in Johannesburg today. This over what the foundation says is the gratuitous display of the old flag. The foundation says the continued display of the apartheid flag,